Hey guys, Jack here from leanmusician.com. Thanks very much for checking out this introductory video on the Omnisphere tutorial series that I'm starting. So if you don't know it already, Omnisphere has got to be probably one of the best virtual instruments on the planet right now. Spectrasonics are just an incredible company that make just the best stuff. Without a doubt, they're like kind of the Apple and the Google of the virtual instrument world. And Omnisphere is their flagship synthesizer, which has been around for, like around 10 years now. It's 2016 when I'm recording this video. It's just incredible, and I have a huge passion for it, so hence the video series. But the video series is more than that. I want to fully understand Omnisphere kind of from the ground up, and I want to share that knowledge. And when I went looking online, I couldn't find anything that really took you through everything other than this, which is basically the user manual, and it's 655 pages. So it's pretty long, and it's kind of difficult and dense to get into. I mean, it's well written, but I wanted a video series. So I thought, if you have a need for something, why not create it? And I enjoy doing these things, so why not? Now, you can go and get this at support.spectrasonics.net, and you can kind of follow along and get it from the word of God. But what I've done is slightly structured it differently to that you see here. I've structured it in 4 parts, really. At the beginning, you'll see probably, if you're on leanmusician.com, you'll see the structure of it below, or on YouTube, you might see it in the playlist next to this introductory video. I've structured it in 4 parts. So the first part's really about the architecture of Omnisphere. If you're not used to virtual instruments, in fact, if you're not used to Spectrasonics, it can kind of bamboozle you when you first get into it. You think, what on earth am I actually playing here? This is not a simple just, one synthesizer. This is a huge instrument. You can see here there are numerous numerous patches. What on earth is a patch? What's a sound source? All of this stuff. So basically the first section, I'll go through the kind of fundamental concepts and architecture of Omnisphere and kind of the conventions of the interface that you see here before you. In the next section, what I'll do is I'll go into the editing capabilities of Omnisphere. Really the heart and soul of it, which is basically 2 things, which is sound source and synthesis. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry, you'll get it there. Omnisphere combines them both into one instrument, and the potential is huge, and the sounds are amazing that come with it. Huge sound library. So we go through all the different editing elements, everything from like filtering, oscillation, modulation, envelopes, to the kind of more interesting stuff like the orb, which they have, and then standard stuff like arpeggiation, and then the kind of all the effects that are in here. So we'll go through all of those in detail. Also, Omnisphere 2 brought out a whole load of new stuff like Sound Lock, which is an amazing feature, and other stuff like that. So there's the editing section, which is kind of the nuts and bolts of how you'll be messing around with your sounds in Omnisphere. Next section will be library proficiency, which is kind of a funny term. Spectrasonics has, I think, 10,000 sounds or more, and you can buy more if you're feeling crazy. And it's just insane. Look, if I start going down here, I'm skipping through thousands of sounds here. It doesn't, it's just huge. So you really, and if you're going to create your own sounds and at least manage your own, you've got to be able to use the library well and understand how to find and save all the stuff. There's also some kind of housekeeping stuff like CPU and optimization. That's the 3rd stage. Then the kind of one of the final stages is adept usage, or that's the working title at the moment that I'm saying. Really, that's just the extended topics for video series. Stuff like using your own audio, automation, MIDI learn, using it in live mode. So if you take Omnisphere gigging with you, managing your session templates, stack mode, using multiple outputs, stuff like that. And then the final stage, I may have said 4 at the start of this video, I think there's 5 stages. The final stage will really be everything that is more of a personal one, less objective. It's all the kind of little tricks and elements of sound design that I think that I've discovered over the years about creating your own sound. So for example, how do you create your own lead sound that sounds like, a certain artist that you follow, or how do you create a really good bass sound, etc., etc. So that will be taking everything that you've learned in the first 4 stages and applying them to specific kind of genre-based sound design exercises. So yeah, that's the overview series. I hope you enjoy it. as I say, it's a long one, and you know, I hope you stick with it. There's a load of good stuff in here. And yeah, do always get in touch over at leanmusician.com if there's anything that I've missed, or you want me to do a new video tutorial on another section, etc., etc. I'd be more than happy to do that. But yes, I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next video.